Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Lola, 8029 Fashion. So today this is not going to be a complete tutorial because some of it I'm just going to be repeating myself. So I just thought I'll just drop the link for you guys in this video on my other bonnet. Basically you need to be able to get two full circles, and I show you that in my other tutorial, one for the lining and one for the ankara piece. And once you have the two circles, you're going to do it just like I did in the other tutorial. You're going to sew both pieces together, right sides together. So both right sides facing each other. You're going to sew them together and leave a gap, so that once you leave the gap, you'll be able to turn it the right way. Once you have finished sewing the circles together and turning it the right way, you now want to give it a good press and make sure there are no crooked edges. So I've pressed mine down. As you can see, because I didn't mention it at the beginning, my radius is 17 inches, so it's 17 all the way around. So now I want to sew 1.5 inch in. So literally now all I'm doing is marking my 1.5 inch all the way round, which is where I'm going to sew. So I'm marking 1.5 inches away from the edge of the circle. So once I've finished all the markings, all I'm going to do is now sew all the way around the markings and leave the opening where you can see I've marked. And now I want to do another set of marking, about another inch above the marking that I did before. Hopefully you understand, but you can follow me in the video. I've done mine 1 inch because my elastic is 3/4 of an inch. So I just want to make sure that my elastic can go in there nice and perfect. I just did mine 1 inch. So I'm going to do the marking here 1 inch. I'm going to do it the same way I did the 1.5 inch. I'm going to mark it 1 inch all the way around. But I'm not doing it from the edge of the circle. I'm doing it from the line that I just did 1.5 inch away from the edge. Hopefully you understand. Okay, so let's get sewing. So we're going to first of all do the first stitch of the 1.5 inches away and then the 1 inch. But remember, with the 1.5 inch, the first line you're doing, you're going to leave an opening. now we've stitched the first circle, leaving the opening. Now we want to stitch our 1 inch marking here and go all the way around, but this time we don't need to leave an opening. So let's go. So once we have finished stitching, we should have something like this. You can see the first one I did, I left the opening, and the second stitch I did round, I didn't leave an opening for that one. So now the next thing we need to do is to do our elastic, which we will feed through the opening that we left. So the measurements I use for my bonnets are 23 inches, but to be fair, I think anything between 21 and 23, but the best way to do this, especially if you're making it for yourself, is just to measure your head, you know, comfortably the way you would want your elastic to sit on your head. So now we're going to put a safety pin at the end of our elastic, and that's what we're going to use to feed the elastic into our hair bonnet. We're nearly there, guys. So now that we've pulled the elastic through, we just want to make sure that the elastic is not twisted and then sewed. You need to go back and forth using the zigzag stitch, making sure it is secure. We now want to close our 2 openings using a straight stitch, going as close as possible to the edge, on the outer edge, and then obviously closing up the casing for where we put our elastic through. And we are done, guys.